Yo, 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 what's up, what's up, what's up? My name is Dennis. This is an episode of Say It to Management. I got my boy Iota Phi Theta, Reggie up in this thing. Say what's up to the people. Yes, sir.
What's good? What's good?
Got my boy Tay Boogie at the bottom there.
Yes, sir. What's the word?
And we just, a couple brothers get together and talk about what's going on in the sports world. You know what I'm saying? Some controversial topics. Been a lot of chit chat on Twitter, a lot of chit chat in the NBA. And we gonna sit here, we're gonna give you our thoughts and our takes on it. So first of all, I want to start with you, my boy Reggie, man. I want to know, you know what I'm saying? What's going on in the finals, man? What's your thoughts on the finals so far?
I'm liking it, man. I'm liking it. For sure, I think it's going how I expected it to go. I knew Phoenix was gonna get them two at the crib for sure. Because I expect CP to go out there and dog every game. You feel me? Like this. Year 16, it's inevitable for him to go get it. So I think it's going how I expected. I definitely got them winning. I got them winning in 6. I ain't even gonna lie. I got Milwaukee taking the next one. So, and then Phoenix gonna finish it off for sure. But nah, man, it's going how I expected. It's definitely exciting. Glad Milwaukee made some key adjustments, which we're gonna talk about later and everything like that. But I'm looking forward to the rest of the playoffs, well, the finals rather, because a lot of people ain't think it was gonna be spicy, but definitely been living up to the hype now for sure.
Talk to me, Tay. What's going on?
I agree with you said. I knew Phoenix was gonna get the first two at the crib. I knew Giannis was gonna come back. You know what I'm saying? Game 3, do what he needs to do as a superstar, carry his team to the W. I do believe, win or lose, if Milwaukee win or lose the next game, that they could beat Phoenix one time at home for Game 5, and if they push it to Game 6 and it goes back home and they win it, I got Milwaukee winning Game 7. But that's if they win Game 6. That's the only way.
So let me ask you this, Tay. So do you think? Because Reggie said he like a lot of people didn't think it was gonna be spiteful, right? I'm one of those people. I won't even lie to you. So do you think this finals is I won't say overhyped, underhyped? How you view
I'm be honest. I feel like it's electrifying.
Man.
What is that?
You said what?
No,
I'm agreeing with you.
Oh no, yeah, I ain't gonna lie. It's electrifying. I mean, it's refreshing. You feel me? We always see LeBron, Steph, KD. I ain't gonna lie, it's refreshing. You feel me? And it's like you said, it's living up to the hype.
Man, just to think about the I guess the storyline of it, where you got CP, the vet, looking for his first one. Then you got the I'm gonna call him superstar because D Book proving he a superstar. Everybody wanted him to do it on his level. He's doing it. And then on Milwaukee side, Milwaukee ain't won since what, 71, 72, something like that. You feel me? So the storyline is definitely there for the league. I think it's definitely refreshing, like Tay said. And like, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna be good to see like future playoff runs, finals to come. You know what teams really going for it. Cause I mean the NBA getting better than me each season. Like teams getting better. Cause I got Atlanta making some noise again next year.
I got a question. Do y'all think when do y'all think the next time y'all gonna see Phoenix in the finals? Do y'all just think this is a spare the moment, or we can consistently see them in the future in the finals? Denver, you got Denver out there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Utah out there.
Warriors coming back.
Warriors coming back. You know they trying to get Ben Simmons. So hey,
I'm gonna say it like
Ben Simmons a dang.
I'm gonna say it like
hey.
we all know injuries are part of the game. So I'm not taking nothing away from Phoenix. I'm not taking nothing away from Milwaukee. They deserve to be here. They did what they had to do. They took care. They stood on that business. But I don't see neither one of these teams in the finals next like 4 years. Unless something big in the NBA happen, some trades here, some pickups here, free agent here, Kawhi, he'll free agent this year. You never know what could happen. Stuff like that. But yeah, I wouldn't bet none. I wouldn't bet no money on FanDuel on it. I'll tell you that, man.
Definitely gonna lose your money. Now, Phoenix ain't seeing the finals probably within like another 5-6 years.
Yeah.
Like I say, it's just I feel like just with the NBA being a business, you gotta create that storyline. You feel me? And CP, you know what I'm saying? Like you say, Dennis, you had injuries this year. That's a part of the game. It's unfortunate, but this is the best chance for Phoenix to do what they gotta do and for CP to do what he gotta do. And like this the time to do it, or that window closed, or it's over with.
That's him though. Somebody else too on the other side.
Oh,
This his best chance too.
Milwaukee. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
his best
because he was supposed to do it. What was that last year? And get it done against Miami. So,
Yeah, for sure. The year before that too.
Yeah.
I think.
And,
Go ahead.
yeah, he gonna sign that 5-year extension. So he obviously believe that, you know what I'm saying, this is something they can repeat with. But I just don't see that the team they have for one, and then the coach. I don't see Coach Bud being that guy that's really gonna take them over the edge. And that's why I also don't think that Milwaukee gonna win this series, just because I'm taking Monty Williams all day over Budenholzer.
So do you think Drew was an addition, or you know?
I think he was, but if you look at stats wise, he's like a semi upgraded Eric Blair. You know what I'm saying? Average wise, you know what I'm saying? They pretty much average in the same field goal percentage and things of that sort. But defensively, I think that's what helps Milwaukee a little more. But I just think with Drew, just too inconsistent. Him and Chris Middleton as the starting point guard, starting shooting guard, and a 2-3 punch behind Giannis. Y'all gotta be more consistent than what y'all been producing, and that was the only reason they won Game 3, because they stepped it up, which they had to. But I don't have no faith in them though.
So you just said something, right? You just said something, right? About the Chris Middleton and Drew Holiday, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's always if was a fifth, we all be drunk, but let's say Chris Middleton give you his consistent 23, 24. Drew Holiday give you his consistent 20 and 9 or whatever. Do you think it will be more of a series, or you think the series will be flipped?
If them two came to play how they usually play, with Giannis dominating how he was dominating, series would definitely be flipped. It'll be 2-1 Milwaukee advantage.
Okay.
On me.
No, I agree, but I want to go back just real quick. I think Drew, he got a bigger impact than what Eric Bledsoe had on the team, just overall. You know what I'm saying? I definitely think he got a bigger impact. But yeah, I agree. I say the same thing. It's just that's impossible. You know what I'm saying? If everybody producing how they supposed to be from the top to the bottom. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, most definitely the series will be flipped.
I believe the same thing, because even when Giannis didn't play, I won't say he didn't play well, because he had 20 on efficient, like 60-some percent, 67% shooting. I think it'll be flipped as well, 2-1. But I think that because right now, Vegas got Milwaukee still favored. Of course they at home. They just came off a big, huge win. Devin Booker didn't play that well. This, that, and the other. Now I want to switch gears a little bit, right? Because we're going towards that direction, right? So Tay, I want you to tell me, like, what adjustments did you see last game, and what adjustments do you think need to be made on both sides to where this person, this team got to make these adjustments to get their best chance to win, and then this team got to make these adjustments to get their best chance to win?
Oh, wow. Adjustment wise, I believe Milwaukee is more ferocious on the defensive end. They was more tenacious with it just overall in the game. Drew Holiday, he woke up somehow. Even Chris Middleton, even though he didn't score his average, 20 to 24 points a game, he still produced assists, rebounds, steals, defense. He gave you valuable minutes. They all played 37, 38 plus minutes. Giannis, Middleton, and Drew. They all played a big plus minutes. Bobby Portis and the role players, they came in, did what they supposed to do. We all know when you're home, role players play better. That's just how it goes. I actually called out that Devin Booker wouldn't have a good game because in the previous series, Game 3, when they went back to the opposing team, he didn't play well. You know what I'm saying? Things of that nature. They limited the Suns' 3-point shooting. role players didn't play good. Mikal Bridges, he had an awesome game the game before. They got down on him, minimized him. Um, Chris Paul, he still produced, still did his thing. DeAndre Ayton got in foul trouble that hurt them a lot. But other than that, pretty identical. But just the Bucks came out to play, man. Came out to play. That's all I can say.
Oh, tell me, Ray.
Yeah. Man, on the Phoenix side, I think the one thing that I'm gonna criticize Monty in is that I don't think he really had them ready to adjust. I think that the style of play that they were playing at the crib, they thought that they could kind of play that same style coming into Milwaukee, and it was a pivotal game for Milwaukee. So they were supposed to expect that intensity, trying to really pound it in the paint. And on Milwaukee side, I think Coach Bud, y'all give him credit. For one, he put the ball in Chris Middleton's hands. Chris Middleton, I ain't a huge fan of him, but the man is a playmaker. You know what I'm saying? Like, you feel me? Like Kendrick Perkins talking about he the Batman and Giannis the Robin. No, he's the perfect Robin. You feel me? Like Shorty knows his role, and he's the one that, can actually get plays down the stretch, and he could create for himself. You know what I'm saying? You need that. And then on top of that, they actually use their size to their advantage for the first game. You feel me? Like y'all got 3 7-footers, and y'all want to shoot fade away in the post, and like, what are y'all doing? You know what I'm saying? So they actually attacked the basket, got Ayton in foul trouble early, and then they made it tougher on the pick and roll defense too. You know what I'm saying? That Chris Paul and D Book usually surgical with. You know what I'm saying? They actually made it tough coming off them screens. Where again, the role players, they stepped up defensively, and I really just don't. I don't expect D Book to have another game like he did, bro. He had 10 points, 3 for 10 shooting, and then game 1 he shot 8 for 21. Like he ain't had a breakout game just yet. You know what I'm saying? And I definitely expect him to have one of them games next game. And that just comes with just being a superstar in the league, knowing that, I'm not gonna be down for too long. Chris Paul got to keep doing what he's doing, being the point guard that he is. And I think with Ayton, it was crazy because in the little sit down he was having with Coach Monty, and Coach Monty was, telling him like, you got to dominate the game other than just stats. I think that's what Ayton got to understand too. Like, you got size. You got to be that big body that makes it tough for Giannis, for one, and then just be that rim protector. You ain't always got to score your 20 and 15, 20 and 10, or whatever the case may be, but you got to still be able to affect the game in other ways that don't show up on the stat sheet. You know what I'm saying? Mikal Bridges, got to play better. Can't have 4 points in 27 minutes. Cam Payne can't have 7 points in 25 minutes. But I think that's all gonna shift over, because I think Phoenix is gonna definitely come out with more of a intensity and assertiveness to try to steal this game, go up 3-1, so they can potentially end it at the crib. And for me, I think losing Dario Saric, that was a tough loss defensively for them, and he also provided solid 3-point shooting. So I mean, it's gonna definitely be a battle. I think that Phoenix also has to get back to clogging that defense, that paint up, because they was allowing Giannis to find his angles again, where he was just able to get through, break them down, either get to the basket or kick it out for the 3-point shooter. So if they able to close that paint up, make the others beat them instead of Giannis, you know what I'm saying, it could be a different ball game and go a Phoenix way.
Right, and I remember watching Shaq talk about that one day. He said, "Superstars gonna do what they do. Giannis gonna get his 40 and 12. He gonna get his. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
He gonna get his 30. Well, he had a bad game last game. We get that, but he gonna get his 28 to 30 points. Chris Paul gonna get his 16 to 20 points, maybe even 25, 27 points. But like both of y'all said, like it's the others that beat you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We criticize a lot of great players because they others didn't step up. I know a guy, I ain't gonna say no names, that averaged 36, 13, and 8 in the finals and lost, but he got criticized because they lost. But it's
not enough.
Huh?
It's not enough.
But I like that. I like that. But like on seriously though, it's always the others that you need to come along with you because superstars gonna do what they do. They're gonna do what they do. You might have a bad game here and there. You know what I'm saying? But they're gonna do what they do. They're gonna get to their spots, they're gonna get their shots off, they're gonna get their attempts and all that. But a thing, and this go very unnoticed, that motherfucker Scott Foster. It's just something he got against Chris Paul, man.
Bro.
I said before the game started. I called it. I kind of jinxed him because I said the only way the Bucks can really go crazy is how they are going to officiate Giannis. You know what I'm saying? Now, unfortunately, it's how they officiated against Chris Paul in this situation. But Chris Paul is 0-12 when Scott Foster.
I think he 0-16, bro.
0-16. 0-something.
Yeah.
When Scott Foster is officiating one of his playoff games. That is sad.
It's something personal, bro.
They just said on First Take, I heard Skip complaining about the referee who ref for game 1. When he ref for Chris Paul, he like 10-0 or something like that. I forgot the ref name. I was just trying to look it up, but couldn't find it. Yeah, they said that on Undisputed.
Undisputed.
Yes, sir.
I ain't hear about that.
Hey guys, talking good talking, chopping it up. Good, we doing good. I like the chit chat, like the energy. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna take us a quick break, real quick. Fans at home, you know what I'm saying? Please comment under the video. Let us know what y'all think so far. And we're gonna take a quick break, real quick. Coming back up when we come back. So say it to management, right? The late, the great, the man, the myth, the one and only, the Kobe Bean Bryant. Is he a top 5 player all time? That's what we're gonna be chopping it up about, you know what I'm saying, when we come back from this quick break real quick. All right, let's get it. Welcome back to Say It to Management. Still got my boy Reggie, Iota Phi Theta man. Yes, sir. Still got my boy down there at the bottom, Tay Boogie.
Yo.
So lately, we all a fan of Undisputed. We all a fan of Shannon Sharp. We all a fan of basketball. We all football, all that, right? So lately on Twitter, right, he been getting a lot of heat because he said that, Kobe not a top 5 player all time. Now we know Kobe, unfortunately, tragically passed early in 2020. We know how, along with who else, and it hit a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? It hit a lot of people's hearts. It hit a lot of people. It hit home because Kobe was a household name. And he wasn't just anybody. This was Kobe Bean fucking Bryant. You know what I'm saying? Mamba, Mr. Mamba himself, Mamba mentality, Mr. Hard Worker, Mr. Go Get You a Bucket, Mr. 60 in my last game. So I just want to get your take on this, Reggie. How you feel about this? Is Kobe Bryant a top 5 player in the NBA all time?
All time, Kobe Bean Bryant is in fact top 5. Yes, indeed. We got to start putting respect on Kobe name for real, man. Like I'm sick of the slander and he was the same position as Mike and he was just a weaker version of Mike. Look, man, the era that Kobe was playing in, coming in at 18, going to the Lakers, man. And granted, coming in right off bat, he was a backup guard. I don't even know I forget who he's back up to. But once he came onto the scene, man, you knew how special he was gonna be. After that first playoff appearance where he really didn't show up, they was reporting that literally, man, he went to the gym and started getting ready for the next season. And like that's the type of competitor, that's the type of guy he was, of just wanting to be that great. Kobe don't get enough respect on his defense. And like I say, the era he was in, my man was dogging. Nobody wanted to see Kobe. And everybody know the minute Kobe got to biting the jersey, give you the snarl, nigga, I'm at your head. You already knew Kobe was finna kill, he was finna take over. So I just think it gotta be more respect, man. Like Kobe is top 5, man. Like stop playing with that man,
So, okay, I want to ask you.
You said what?
Okay, generally we know everybody top 5. Well,
hold
who
on,
you
Tay.
picking out for Kobe?
Hold on, Tay. Let me ask him a question real quick, right? So you say, actually, you know what? I'm gonna ask you this first, Tay. I'm gonna ask you this first. I want you to answer the question, Tay. Is Kobe Bryant a top 5 NBA player all time? And then once you're done,
Oh,
I'm gonna ask both of y'all
no.
the same question, right?
I'm sorry, man. Rest in peace.
Wow.
The late great Mamba mentality. You know what I'm saying? But he's not a top 5 player. I'm gonna be honest. I can't put him over Mike. I ain't putting him over Bron. Not putting him over Kareem. Not putting him over Magic. Shit, Shaq, Larry, Wilt, Bill.
Oh
It's a lot
my
of players.
gosh.
It's a lot of players you could put over Kobe. Over Kobe, shit. It's an argument. It's a lot. I done seen people make arguments for Hakeem over Kobe. Like Kobe's like 8, 9, 10 on most people's
Hey.
list. You know what I'm saying?
Why is Kobe not in your top 5? Why to you? Why he not top 5?
He's just not. I'm gonna be honest. He's just not. I'm sorry.
Is
I
it
got a question. I'm
gonna be honest. I listed like I kind of agree with Stephen A. How Stephen A. said you can't have like Wilt, Bill, Kareem in your top 5. You just can't have 3 big men in your top 5. That's just honestly that's just how I think and that's how I
That's
believe
fine.
it. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't put Kobe being Ryan in there just because I got MJ in my top 5. You know what I'm saying? That's just personally me.
so?
You got MJ. Hold on, real quick.
Okay,
Then I got a question. You got Mike as number 1, right?
No, I'm sorry. I ain't got Mike. That's number 1.
Who you
Because
got?
I ain't gonna lie, I look at it. Well, that's going off topic, but I got LeBron as number 1.
Okay. All right. You go ahead, Dennis. We'll get back to that.
That I like this, right?
We'll come back to that.
This getting interesting, right? No, we're gonna get on that right now, right? So real quick, both of y'all, real quick, right? I want to start with you real quick, Reggie. Why is he in your top 5? You kind of said it though, because you said,
Yeah.
Nobody in his era, nobody wanted to see him, this, that, and the other, right?
Yeah.
So let me change the question. So what's your definition of greatness? Is it what you do or what you don't do, if that makes sense, right? And if you give me an example, it's like, I'm gonna take LeBron for example, right? This is how I define greatness. I define greatness by what you do in your era, not what you don't do. You see, LeBron James. Let's take LeBron James and let's take James Harden, right? That right. Obviously, LeBron James had way more playoff success than James Harden. But does that mean James Harden isn't great because he hasn't had much playoff success? Let's talk about what he did do and not what he didn't do. And that's what I mean by, do you define greatness by what you do or what you don't do? Go ahead, Reggie.
All right, so I got him in my top 5 for the simple reasons of this. One, I actually was able to witness Kobe play.
Right.
That's the biggest thing. I think a lot of people tend to put guys in their top 5, especially like the Wilts and the Bills, and I ain't never seen them play. Granted, the accolades are there, but I don't always base greatness solely off the accolades. It's what I actually see you do on the court. So let's go down the line of what he was able to accomplish. The man was all rookie, 18-time All-Star selection, second all-time, 15-time All-NBA selection. I think Bron took that over. 12-time All-Defensive as a guard.
9-time first team.
You feel me? 2-time scoring champ. MVP, which he was also robbed of one. Steve Nash got one of those. 5-time champ. Let's be honest, would have been 6 if CP came there. They ain't want him to catch Mike for real. And then 2-time 2-time NBA Finals MVP. And I think a lot of times too, guys tend to say that Kobe was carried in the finals by Shaq. If we go look to the stats, let me pull this up real quick. My bad, you did moving a little slow.
I know, man.
In that first playoffs, 2000, 2001, 29, 11, 8.
What Shaq have?
30, 12, and 5.
Okay.
2001, 2002 playoffs, averaged 26, 5, and 4, and led the team in scoring 10 times, opposed to Shaq 8.
What Shaq have in the finals?
No, this is the finals. This is the finals average.
No, I'm saying like what he had because you said the next finals, right?
Yeah. Let me pull that over real quick.
What Shaq have in the finals?
35.
Yeah, 1 second.
I'm already know. I just want to show all the witnesses, you know what I'm saying? What Skip be saying, all the blind witnesses. You know what I'm saying? Just want to show them something real quick.
All right, so talk to us real quick, Tay. While he doing that, talk to us real quick. Well, how do you define greatness, and why is Kobe not in your top 5?
I define greatness by what you do, honestly. And Kobe, it's an argument that Kobe never really like. Okay, let's take LeBron for a fact. We could clearly like legit say LeBron from like 2010. Yeah, from like 2010 all the way to about, if not this year, the previous year that he's been dominating the league. Clear cut number 1. You know what I'm saying? Clear cut number 1. Kobe, you had Tim Duncan. You know what I'm saying? On the toss up between like who's number 1. Shit. Who else was Steve Nash? I'm not saying he's better than Kobe, but I'm just saying for an example. Shit, you had a couple players that you could have said was number 1 in between Kobe's like reign of terror, if you want to say it, something like that. But I mean,
You said Steve Nash.
No, I'm not. I'm not. No, look. Though. I knew you were gonna point that out. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying though, like, you feel me? I'm just trying to throw name players. You feel me? I can't think of them off the top of my head, but
I mean, but if we also bringing that into consideration, let's look at the teams that were surrounding these guys as well. And not only were the teams not as good, like in Kobe's peak years towards his latter years, he was also battling injuries and still able to dominate night in and night out.
Why do y'all Kobe fans discredit like the production that his role players done had? Y'all remember that game against Phoenix? The run-out test, I got that rebound. If he wouldn't have got that rebound, I'm pretty sure we all agree they wouldn't have won that game.
It ain't necessarily about discrediting. It's just the fact that. No, go ahead.
No, I'm listening. Go ahead. I'm listening.
Yeah, I don't think it's necessarily discrediting. It's just that we're just attesting to the greatness of who he is if we're talking individual play.
All right. So I like this, right? You got one Kobe fanatic, and you got one Bron sexual. I like it. It's I like it.
You talking about yourself too?
I'm gonna answer the question real quick. For me personally, like I said, I define greatness of what you did do in your era, right? And me, I was young when I started watching basketball. I started watching basketball in 2008. You know, D-Rose, that's when D-Rose first came about.
Right.
You know, Chicago was booming. D-Rose, you know, Derrick Rose, poo. He going to the, Pooh going to the league. Woo. So
yes, sir.
I didn't catch Kobe in those years that people say he was going stupid, going crazy, putting up this, that, rah. But numbers don't lie, but they don't tell the whole story. But what the numbers say, right? In his era, I can't put Kobe in the top 5 all time, because if we go back, who was number 1 in their era when they played at their peak, right? So I'm gonna give my top 5 real quick, and then I'm gonna let y'all get y'all top 5, and then we can move on real quick, right?
Okay.
So this is who I got, and this is in order. I got Mike, I got LeBron, I got Kareem, I got Magic, and I got Bill Russell, right? Because in their eras, they was it. You know what I'm saying? They was it. Kareem, his numbers, you can't argue with Kareem's numbers. You know what I'm saying? And he dominated the 70s. The 70s was all about Kareem. The 80s was all about Magic. The 90s was all about Mike. You know what I'm saying? In the 2000s, I can't say it was all about Kobe.
Okay.
For me, I just can't say that. 2010s, come on now, you can't.
We can't.
Go ahead.
I don't mean to cut you off, but Tayaz said, he had mentioned Duncan again. When we really talking about Duncan was actually a byproduct of David Robinson, if we being honest, and the Spurs dynasty. So I hold off on that. Continue, Dennis.
But we can't.
Okay.
We can't,
Okay. Hold on.
He came, he came around here cool when he came around here far. Go ahead.
You feel? So, who is Kobe's number one player?
Huh?
Who's Kobe? Who's Kobe's favorite player?
Mike.
Oh, okay. And who his game is similar like?
Mike.
Then Kobe. First off, Kobe had a Hall of Fame coach. That matters. That definitely matters. Definitely matters. Great front office. Definitely matters. Great team. All that. You know what I'm saying? Then you want to say,
great front office.
Yeah, they got Shaq. They got him Shaq. That's the great front office.
Because they got Shaq. Who was the next great player that they got after Shaq? Paul Gasol. And that was 6 years post. That was 6 years. That was 6 years post though. That was 6 years post. That was 6 years post their last championship.
Hey,
how is that a great organization? That's two great players he played with.
If Kobe was so what y'all say he is, he should let him. He should let him.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
Hey, look, you know that's good talk. Good talking, man.
I hear you, bro.
I like it, man. We gotta retouch this subject one day, man. We really do. We gotta retouch this subject. We got to, man. But I love it, man. I like it. So real quick, so we can move on real quick, Reggie. Give me your top 5 all time.
I want to hear Tay top 5.
Oh, you want Tay to go first?
I started the topic off.
All right, so look. The reason why I got Bron, and I ain't trying to be long, but the reason why I do got Bron, because I'm looking at it like if this was like just street basketball, something like that, you just pick it up. LeBron is just like way more talented than like Mike. You know what I'm saying? To me, just so overall as a basketball player, I'm gonna take LeBron before I take Mike. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I got Bron as number 1. 2, Jordan. You know what I'm saying? Magic, Kareem. Shit, I ain't gonna lie. Shit, the 5th is a toss up between because I think Tim Duncan is the greatest power forward ever, but I ain't gonna say he's top 5, but it's either Shaq, Bill, or Larry to me, to be honest.
All right, go ahead, Reggie. Let me talk about it.
All right, man. I got Mike as 1. I got Kobe as 2. I got Bron 3. Magic 4. Shaq 5. And that was a toss-up between him and Kareem at that 5-6 spot. You feel me? So and like I say, the reason I got Kobe still at that 2 spot is just because I look at him as that 1A, 1B to Mike. And if we saying Mike is the greatest and we saying Kobe is a carbon copy of that can only be under, you know what I'm saying? So that's my main reason, more so besides the stats.
I like that thinking.
You feel me?
I like that thinking.
That's good. I like y'all top 5s, man. I like y'all list. Y'all got real good reasons why, you know what I'm saying? But we all know Randy Moss to go. But move on a little bit, right? So stay on some type of topic, some similar topic, right? You know what I'm saying? We all are witnessing Chris Paul do something he's never done before, right? Never done in the playoffs before, right? He dominated. He leading a young group of players to the NBA Finals. You know what I'm saying? That whole weight. You know what I'm saying? He's arguably the greatest point guard of this generation, but it's been some toss up, you know, some chit chat about is he the greatest point guard ever? You know what I'm saying? And honestly, I don't know. I don't want to diminish what he's doing, but it's not about me. I want to see what y'all think about it. So
hey, let me go first. Let me talk to this real quick.
So
I ain't gonna lie.
So
no,
okay, wait. Let me say that. Is we gonna classify AI as a PG or a 2, a 1 or a 2?
Man, he played the point guard position.
He combo.
He played the point guard position.
When you look at AI, did they put SG or PG?
They put SG.
Okay, that's what we go. Yeah. Okay, so is he the greatest person to be named PG of all time? Like if they got PG by their name, is they the greatest? So Tay, go ahead. Let me start with you.
No, Magic. I'm looking at his stats right now. 19 and a half, 11, 7.2 rebounds, 1.9 steals, career average. Plus 7.2, you know what I'm saying? Plus minus. We all know what he did. Accolades, came in the league, rookie, led the Lakers. You know what I'm saying? Then was it a game 7 where he had to fill in for Kareem? You know what I'm saying?
And as a center,
Legendary. You know what I'm saying? Just legendary. You feel me? Then you got Steph. I'll say Steph. I'll say Steph. Like he just transcended. He's more transcendent than Chris Paul. But to me, I like as a true point guard, Chris Paul is a better point guard than Chris Paul. I mean, Chris Paul is a better point guard than Steph Curry. So with that being said, and Steph Curry being number 2 of all time to me, and Chris Paul not number 1. I got Magic.
All right, Reggie, let me talk about it.
definitely don't have CP as that number 1 spot. I think what he's doing, he's definitely that rare breed that's still around as far as being that true point guard on the court, being a real floor general, being able to affect the game in ways more oftentimes than others. But like Tate said, man, Magic number 1. Huge Steph fan. Y'all know I'm crazy over Steph. I think he will overtake that number 1 spot, getting one more. Yes, sir, I do. But right now, I don't see him having that getting that number 1 spot right now. So I got Magic, Steph, Isaiah, CP, and then Oscar Robertson. But I'm kind of fluctuating on Oscar with Dame or Russ, honestly. I mean Kyrie and Russ.
So let me ask
Kyrie?
you
Yes, sir.
Reggie.
That's different. Okay, that's different.
Let me ask you this real quick, Reggie. You well, first of all, I want to clear up something. Did you say CP gonna take that number 1 spot or Steph?
No, I got Steph.
Steph gonna take the number 1 spot. If he get like one more ring.
About one more, and he gotta secure a Finals MVP.
Okay.
I think that's really the only thing that people really try to hold against him. He hasn't gotten that Finals MVP, which I still think is BS after that first one with Iggy. Like, you can't win MVP, and my man LeBron still averaged 38. Like, you feel me? Like, I mean, he still did him, and I think Steph, that was probably like his best career performance over that three championship runs. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
I definitely think he got robbed of 1. Could have got 2. He could have got one of KD's, but I think he had that one bad game. It was game 3, I believe, of 2016. Yeah. But outside of that, he was consistent everything. But KD was efficient that whole playoff run, the whole final. So that's the only thing that I feel like is holding him back. 1 Finals MVP and another championship. I think you can now start to assert him, kind of overtaking that number 1 spot just because of how transcendent he was in the league, how he's changed the game over the course of the world. Like, literally everybody wants to shoot threes. Bigs are now stepping to the 3-point line. Like, he's literally changed the game as it's played today.
So I want to talk about that because I asked y'all this earlier, right? I said, listed as PG, and Tay kind of hit on it, and you was getting there. So I want to ask y'all, like, do it matter if you're what we define as a true point guard? If you're listed as PG, right? Like Steph Curry, we always say he's a 2 guard masquerading as a 1, right? So does it matter what you listed as? You know what I'm saying? So Steph listed as a point guard, right? But some people don't want to give him his due because, like I said, he's masquerading as a 2 guard. So now when you said you got Dame, no, I'm sorry, you said you got Kyrie or Russ at that field spot, toss up, right?
Mm-hmm.
I want to ask you this, right? So who's had a better career? If you had to put this career versus this career, right? Who has a better career, Russ or Chris Paul? Go ahead, Tay.
Oh, damn.
Right? We always talk about that true point guard, because I remember I'm in this the sports book FanDuel group chat, and I was talking about, when we talk about true point guard, then why isn't Rondo in that conversation? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. He's a winner. He knew how to play. Back in the day, hold on, let me finish real quick. He was getting over. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So since we said that, who's had a better career, Russ or CP? Go ahead, Tay. My bad.
And just to get right back to you, I'll probably take like Jason Kidd or somebody like that over Rondo, to be honest. But I'll say, so when you asking me that, are we going off just being a true point guard or just
So,
overall?
so I'm asking. It's like a two-part question, right? I apologize if I'm not asking it correctly, but it's a two-part question. Does that true point guard style of play really matter when we say this person is a point guard? And if it does not, so would you take Russ or Dame or Kyrie over CP3?
I mean, if we talking about, I think it depends on what decade we talk about, because you know, you go back to the '80s, the '90s, it was more traditional point guard. Even in the early 2000s, more traditional point guard. But when you come now, it's more a combo. Or if you're a one, you might be a two, or you could be a two in college. You bump up to the league, and now you're a one in the NBA or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So we got people like LeBron, KD coming up to court, initiate Draymond Green initiating the offense. So I don't really think like it just depends on what decade you talk about. And if we just talking about just overall, yeah, I'll take Chris Paul over Westbrook any day. I'll take Chris Paul over Westbrook, depending on the team.
Career. I'm saying career versus career. If you look at Russ's accolades versus Chris Paul's accolades, who you take?
Off the accolades, off the accolades, I got to go with Westbrook. I mean, if you're being honest, it's off the accolades. That's what we're going off of. You know, Mr. Triple Double. You feel me? MVP, regular season MVP, get to the finals. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, all time. Yeah, I'll take Westbrook over Chris Paul.
Go ahead, Reggie.
I agree with that. And just to touch up on the true point guard, I think the best way to define what I mean by true point guard is the most traditional point guard. You know what I'm saying? Like the one that's actually like the primary ball handler, running the offense, actually knowing how to get their teammates to their spots. You know what I'm saying? Know when to get the ball to them, able to stretch the floor. Just being that traditional, you know what I'm saying? Not always necessarily gotta score, but can score when necessary. And I think that's what Chris Paul is still in that rare breed of. Rondo, he's still in that league, but I don't think he's as efficient or has a better impact as he did, you know, in his younger days. And I think career-wise, I definitely think if we just going strictly off accolades, you got to go Westbrook. You know, he, excuse me, he did something that people thought would never be done again, and we was able to witness it for 3 seasons in a row.
3 in a row.
4.
3.
You know,
almost.
I think almost 4. I think he was like 2 assists off this year.
No,
you know what I'm saying? So
he averages the dash. He averaged triple double 4 seasons.
He got it.
Yep.
So that's 4 seasons in a row. So I mean, that's undeniable greatness. But that also comes with just the type of player he is, of being that combo guard in essence, where he's not the best shooter, but the intensity that he plays with, he can get it done on both ends of the court, and he know how to get his guys involved. And you know what I'm saying? When you play with that intensity and you drawing that defense to you, you know what I'm saying? You able to dish it off. You able to kick it out. So I think that's what helps his game a lot. Just his tenacity, and just can't nobody stop him.
So I know I get a lot of backlash in the barber shop. I get a lot of backlash when I'm at my homie's crib chilling, because I always say, for me personally, I will take Russ, his career, right? Mm-hmm. Russ's career over Chris Paul's career. For the simple fact that Russ is an MVP. You know, Russ has taken that all NBA spot away from Chris Paul over the years. The triple doubles, you know, all the records that he's breaking, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, if I look at career versus career, if both of those players, right, let's say they both of those players retired last season, right? Last season before Russ got traded or whatever, right? Chris Paul never made a finals. Chris Paul never has really came up big in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? We can never say, oh, Chris Paul gave it all he got and they still lost. Well, it's some playoffs I can go back and say, oh, Chris Paul choked. Or Chris Paul, he got hurt. Or Chris Paul didn't do enough. You know what I'm saying? His 22, 25, his 22 and 11, his 22 and 13 ain't enough. You know what I'm saying? Same thing we do with Bron, right? So it's plenty of times I can go back and look at Chris Paul's resume and be like, yeah, but, you know, but it's the same thing with Russ. But if I write the names on the back of their jerseys, and on the back of their jerseys, it had their accolades, I'm taking the guy with the MVP and the triple doubles because that's gonna mean more at the end of the day. Now, granted, both of them, we all know both of them is the NBA. Everybody and their mama goes to the Hall of Fame. Both of them going to the Hall. It's no question about that. But that's why I asked, does it really matter if you're that traditional, that pure, true point guard? You know what I'm saying? Because another reason why, right? Like you just said, if I agree with you with this one point right here. If Steph win a Finals MVP in another ring, I got him over Magic because he's the reason why there are no more true point guards. You see what I'm saying? He's the he revolutionized the game so much that he took away not one but two positions. We don't need no deep in the paint, backing down center no more. We don't need no point guard initiating offenses no more. We don't need that because now we got like you said, the Draymond Green. We always had the LeBron Jameses, those type of guys, the Kevin Durant's to come initiate offense for you. You know what I'm saying? So it's really a toss up. But to answer my own question, no, I don't think Chris Paul is the greatest. He has a case for top 5, but I don't think he's top 5. I'm going with Magic. I'm going with Steph. I'm going with Isaiah. I'm going with Russ. And I'm going with Steve Nash. Yeah, I said it, Steve Nash. That's my boy. Hey, that's my boy.
Oh, wait. Is Steve Nash over Oscar? Or like
what?
Well, like Reggie said before, I didn't really see Oscar and all his accolades ain't really nothing.
Yeah. Right, he got that one ring and then.
And you talking about off of Stockton? Okay,
To be honest with you, I'm gonna say it like this: that number 5 spot for me is a toss-up. But Russ definitely top 5 point guard of all time. You can't argue that.
Yeah.
Do you think he was better than Rose before Rose got hurt? Like initially got hurt?
That's why
Rose was the best point guard ever in his prime.
Okay.
Killing Steph, killing Kyrie, killing Rose.
Long as
Anybody you name. Niggas did not want to see Rose on that court. John Lucas even said, boy, it was great players that did not want to play when they had to play Rose. Nobody wanted to see my man, bro.
Yeah, I'm already knowing. That's what I'm saying.
D-Rose MVP season was better than Steph's, was better than Russ. I don't care what a point guard you want to put up. Was better than Magic.
Yeah.
Any point guard got an MVP. Steve Nash, both of them. D-Rose MVP season was better than.
Because it was something we never witnessed in the league, bro. He was doing it at a young age, bro. Like crazy.
Good talk, fellas. Man. I like to talk. I like it. I like it so far. But we're gonna take this break. We're gonna wrap it up. After the break, we're gonna give our predictions and stuff like that. We're gonna wrap it up. And any little shout out y'all want to shout out or whatever, y'all can do that. That's all. But we finna take a break from saying to management. And we'll see y'all in a little bit, man. All right, man. Thank y'all for tuning in to Say It to Management. We finna close out real quick. We appreciate y'all for watching. We appreciate y'all's support. Once again, got my boy Reggie right there. Iota Phi Theta Finest. Got my boy Tay Boogie, Tay Money, Tay Taste.
Hey, man. You want to tell Go Peak, man. They need to holler at me. You feel?
All right, so to wrap this up, right? Let's talk about we got Game 4 coming up. Series 2-1 going the Suns' way. We at Milwaukee with it. Hopefully Scott Foster ain't the referee. But talk to me, Reggie. What's your prediction for Game 4?
All right, man. Game 4. I got Phoenix still in it. I got them going ahead and going up 3-1, going back to the crib. I think that Chris Paul gonna have another excellent game. I think Aiden is going to be way more aggressive. I think defensively, Monty Williams will have him making the necessary adjustments to limit Giannis and the guys getting to the paint. I don't see the role players of Phoenix having that bad of a game that they did, specifically speaking on Mikal Bridges and Cam Payne. I think they're going to bring at least 15 to 20 between both of them. Then I think Devin Booker, he's not going to settle for 10 points. I think just like Chris Middleton has always been due for one of those breakout games, I think that D-Book is definitely destined to have one of them. And I think it's going to be come Game 4 to seal that win and go ahead and go back to the crib to potentially close it out.
All right, talk to me, Tay.
I got Milwaukee. I'm going to say I got Milwaukee going ahead, coming out with a dub. Not a blowout, going to be close. I think D-Book probably gonna score 27, something like that. I think Milwaukee gonna limit Chris Paul to what he's been able to do. They ain't been able to do that over the past 3 games. And then I think as far as role players for the Suns, they're gonna be better than what they was previously, but I don't think they're gonna contribute more than the Bucks role players because Bucks are at home, obviously. And then can't stop Giannis. You might be able to contain him five less points or something like that. And then Chris Middleton. I think he's gonna go off a good 28, 29. He don't need to go off for a good 35 because Giannis is back. But I got Milwaukee winning it by a good 5, between 5 and 8 points.
All right, good talk, good talk. Hey man, look, check this out, right? Once again, appreciate y'all for coming through, stopping by my podcast. Appreciate the fans. I appreciate everybody for tuning in, man. Shout out to Iota Phi Theta. Y'all always been my boys. Shout out to
you already know, man. Love.
His you my brother for sure. And thank y'all, man. Hopefully next time we have some more people for y'all, more topics, more interesting things to talk about. You know what I'm saying? If you got a problem, don't say it to me. Say it to me.
Let's get it, man.
Yeah, all right.